charged through security and sent a manifesto to his family outlining his plans and mocking security at the hotel. In it, the suspect, identified as 31-year-old Cole Thomas Allen, called himself the Friendly Federal Assassin. That's according to a law enforcement official with knowledge of the document who spoke to Reuters. Washington correspondent Andy Sullivan has...
So in this manifesto, he explains a lot about the hierarchy of his actions, who he's targeting, basically senior administration officials, trying not to hurt hotel staff, etc. But he doesn't really get into detail about why he's doing this, what particular actions by the administration that he really doesn't like. And he says turning the other cheek when someone else is oppressed is not Christian behavior, it's complicity in the oppressor's crimes.
The author of the manifesto also describes what he called a sense of arrogance in the hotel, and that he could walk in with multiple weapons and, quote, not a single person considered the possibility that he was a threat.
He actually spends a lot of time criticizing the Secret Service for their way they set up the event. This event is held in the basement ballroom of a hotel, and while the event is going on, people can do normal hotel activities. They can check into their rooms, they can hail cabs, etc. So they had security around the ballroom, but you could get into the hotel, and he talks about this, and he says this is the craziest security breach.
It wasn't just Trump at the dinner. There were a number of top U.S. officials there too, including Vice President J.D. Vance, Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth, and FBI Director Kash Patel. White House correspondent Jacob Bogage, who also attended, describes his experience with security.
There are features that are added to the entrance of the hotel and the back of the hotel to make it safer for dignitaries to enter and exit. Security was both light and heavy at some points. I had my invitation in an envelope. All I did was show somebody the outside of the envelope and they let me through. In one case, I took the invitation out and I kind of flashed it. It could have been anything. Nobody actually saw the invitation and let me through.
President Trump, speaking to Fox News,